Welcome and to today's a little bit different unboxing to what we're, including myself, used to. And just before we continue, I just want to say thank you again to all my fellow sub-assemblers. And I know it's been a while since my last statue unboxing or generally my last video, but there were unfortunately things didn't work out, and I just want to say thanks again to all people just supporting my channel. And anyone new to this video, to this channel, please don't forget to the like button. Definitely don't forget to subscribe. I really appreciate that. And again, I just want to say, yeah, this is a slightly different unboxing, and because I don't know, some of you who've seen on my Facebook channel, I've recently, about 2 or 3 weeks ago, received or managed to purchase the PS5. And well, since it's I think released about 1.5 years ago, I finally managed to get one, and I've already got the Xbox Series X that time, and I was really happy with it. And you have all these different crazy consoles out there, and since I got the PS5 now, I saw this game, like I've heard so much about it, this Horizon Forbidden West, and here today Forbidden Horizon is really not the kind of games I usually play. I'm more into the shooter kind of games like Call of Duty, for example. But since I heard so much about this action adventure game, I just thought to myself, let me try something different. And since this is a PlayStation exclusive game, I just thought to myself, let me get it. Then I heard about this is the Horizon Forbidden West Collector's Edition, which actually comes with an extra statue inside it of in German it's called the Babenzahn. It's a kind of behemoth, kind of mammoth. In English I believe it's called the Tremor Tusk. It's some kind of character within the game, and it comes with this statue of that and a small of the main character called Aloy or Alloy. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce it, what's correct. And so that's why I chose to make a video about this, simply because of the small statue, or relatively small statue. So since we're all collectors, I thought this might be interesting for you and for myself too. And if you're planning to get this, or you're planning to get a PS5, maybe this might be something for you. I believe this this collector's edition is limited. I'm not quite sure to the edition size. But finally I got it, and so see this box does have some decent weight on the back. Or let's start with the front. You have some pictures of some scenes from the game, and you have, I believe, the statue of this kind of mammoth. You can see here right on the front, and fighting the main character right there. And it looks beautiful. It's a nice box with all the PS5 edition symbols on the side. And here you have kind of the symbol or picture of this mammoth like thing, or behemoth, whatever. And well, I'm really excited to open this box and see what's inside it. So generally, let's do less talking and see what's inside it. And price wise, I believe I paid, this is here in Germany, it's about, I think originally was around 250 or 225 euros, but I managed to get it for 193 euros today, and it's here. So let's just start unboxing this thing. And it comes with a really nice box. It's got some weight to it. I mean, it's nothing like XM Studios or Sideshow. I am not expecting any probably it's just like a plastic statue, but I'm not expecting any high-end collectible statues like from Sideshow or XM Studios or Prime 1. It's probably not comparable to that, but who knows, maybe we might be surprised positively. So I mean, there's a lot of like scotch tapes here to cut through, and I believe we've finally managed to unbox this thing. Well, this comes with first has a weird kind of unboxing or box shape, which opens up almost like wings from both sides, as you can see. And I don't know, can you still see me? I'm kind of hidden, and yeah. But let's get this thing out, and let's probably just easiest way would be to push it out, I believe, what's inside it. And we've managed it. So here we have the white box that's already out, and we have it here. Like, something I forgot to mention before is on the back it has all these descriptions of what's inside included, and this collector's edition. So, but I'll come back to that later on. Or let's talk about it now, actually. So you get this statue of the main character, and you have this Aloy, and there's a small mini art book with, I believe, pictures or scenes from the story of the game, I believe. And you have all kinds of digital things included. I believe something I wasn't aware of first that I just found out later on, was that you don't actually get a CD game on this thing. It's actually just get a digital version for the PS5 or PS4. And but there is some kind of steel kind of cover for a CD cover, which kind of doesn't make sense. But and yeah, you have all kinds of other digital things included. Like there's I believe one soundtrack from the game that you have included, and some other skins you can get during the game, and other extras some things you can get throughout the game, but that's maybe not important for so many people. Like for me, honestly, the digital skins and so are not so important. But let's just forget about that and continue with the unboxing. And here we have another box inside it, which the other one kind of reminds me a little bit of the shipping boxes we usually get with other XM statues. And here we have an art box, which reminds me of Sideshow collectibles, because they're known for all these colorful boxes, just like Prime 1. And here we have, I believe this is Aloy, the main character of the game, this lady. And you have this kind of exotic or kind of sceneries during the game, and in the water on the beach somewhere in the tropic areas, and it looks beautiful with this kind of mechanical animals, a little bit like Transformers, and well, it looks pretty nice. And let's up at the top. Whoa, actually I didn't realize that. Oh, this just comes off on the top, and whoa, whoa, that almost that scared me almost. And so we just have to take it off from the top. Just pull this up, and just pull this up slowly, and put this other box aside again. And wow, inside, whoa, this statue or whatever it is actually much bigger than I expected. And we have this, it's kind of covered in this plastic cover box, and let's just put this aside. And inside, I believe this is the kind of assembly guide for the statue, and just like on that, you can see here, it's just like a image assembly guide. And let's put this aside too. And here we get some kind of scenery, I believe like a display where you can put the statues in later on, and we have this nice kind of winter scenery, and I believe it's another connected to the story of the game. I'll be honest with you, I've never played this game before anywhere else by a friend or so. I just know it from by people talking about it. So let's just put this part aside and we'll put it back later on. So I believe we have to put it here because I believe it has this small base right here. And or how to start, not really clear. Let's put it this way. And now I believe we have to kind of slowly, there's some plastic and some more scotch tape connecting this piece and different edges. And wow, it's not any like styrofoam packaging as we're used to with all the other big companies like XM or Sideshow. And so I didn't expect that from the beginning, so I'm not really surprised. So I forgot, I believe, one more scotch tape here. And here we have all the pieces, and maybe I'll give you some close-ups and continue the unboxing there. I believe this is the main piece of the statue. Still a bit hard to tell. Here we are back again, and as we've unboxed all these, how are there, like 6 pieces included, and I don't know, I'll be honest to you, it feels kind of weird unboxing something like this after being used to all these XM or Sideshow and Prime 1 boxes. And here we have this piece from the Horizon Forbidden West game, and here we have this so-called Tremor Tusk, or Bebenzahn in German, and this is, I believe, like a character from the game, as I said before. And here we are, and as I said before, this is not, you can't compare the material to all these like resin statues you get from the previously mentioned companies, as we're all used to. And it's more like a high-end plastic material, and it comes with this kind of base, and it's, as you can see here, like it's like a hollow plastic material, but it has some decent weight to it. And just by looking at the first look, you can see that it's plastic, but it does have a lot of like sculpted details, I have to be fair there. And looking at it, it looks pretty cool actually. And just to say before, like honestly, I just bought this thing simply for the statue. Like I didn't really care too much about the game, but I'll still be trying out the game later on when I get the chance. And as I said, like I have the PS5 now for like about 3 weeks, and I finished playing Ratchet and Clank, and I can tell you that was an awesome game. And a lot of people say like the PS5 is like an awesome console, but in my opinion, I think it's more about the games, and that really give the players the fun. And I think it's maybe a combination of game and console, but I think even if you have the best console in the world, I think if the game is pretty much shit from the beginning, the best console is not gonna make the game good again. So I think it's more about having a great game rather than the best console. So I'll be honest to you. Honestly, I'm more of a Xbox person. I'm not really into PS5, but a lot of people were talking about it, and honestly, I've also stopped playing so much recently, and I don't play so much. But now, since I have it like maybe for 2 weeks, I've been playing quite a bit again after a long time. And I'll be honest, I had my fun, and I'm still having the fun. So as I said, I'm done with Ratchet and Clank. Recently, I played Ghostwire, which is I think a pretty awesome game actually. It's also not the kind of game I usually play. And Ghostwire Tokyo, it's a really fun game. Honestly, I think the details are pretty cool, but. And as I said, like technically all these consoles may be great, but if the game is shit from the beginning, the best console is not going to make it good again. Just like, I mean, we know all these retro games like Tetris and Pac-Man, or maybe Super Mario from old days. I mean, these were awesome games. These are classics. Those games didn't depend on high-end graphics or anything. And they're still awesome games without any awesome graphics, and they're still fun to play. So let's forget about that, and let's come back to the statue again. And but still, as I said, like the details and the paint job on this statue are pretty well done, especially the base, like the snow. As you can see, it has like a snow kind of scenery in the base. And let's do the assembly first, and we'll talk about the details later on. So I believe first we'll have to add like one of these mechanical tusks. These things are color coded, so here we have like orange, which I believe goes in right here in the front. And they do have keys, and it should fit in. And that went in nicely. Next we have like a red one, and that should go in just underneath this one. And you can tell that this is a plastic statue, because you can see it is malleable, and once it's in, it does move, and you don't really have to worry too much about whether you're going to break something. Even if these fall down, like nothing's going to happen really, unlike the other statues we're used to. So next we have these other tusks, and for the next piece, and let's start with the top one. Again, these are color coded all, and so let's fit this one in right here. Oops, this fell down. As I said, these are color coded, and some maybe they do fall out. I've heard some people complaining about the fact that they don't really stick in, or they don't hold. But let's see. Obviously, we've seen that there is some truth in that. So this went in, and we have this one that came off last time, and let's see if we can put it back in again better. And I think this time it's better. And here we have his mechanical trunk. Don't know if you can see it. Reminds me, as I said, like a bit like Transformers. You have all these mechanical animals, and this trunk goes in right here in the middle, and and this fits in with no issue. And here at the bottom we have the main character, this Aloy or Alloy, and you see her. It's a really nice, actually it's a really nice mini figure. I'll give you some close-up pictures of her later on. And here we have it. That was pretty much it already assembly, and I believe the main idea of this whole thing was to use this piece here, like it's like a scene, and it's supposed to be displayed with that. I'll just put this right there, and so we can see it with that. And the idea is to put this inside here if you have the space, and to display it in this kind of snow scenery. As you just put it aside, maybe it comes out better. And I mean, inside here you can see you have this kind of snow mountainous scene, like location. You have these mountains or stone figures in the back. Looks nice, and I don't know, let's just put him inside and see how that looks like. And looks pretty nice, and I believe Aloy is supposed to stand like right here next to it, and or maybe here. So it looks like they're fighting each other, and not sure if you can see that, but it does look pretty cool actually, I'll be honest, and it's a nice idea. And so, as I said, there's more to this collector's edition. I believe there's some kind of drawer, plastic drawer underneath here, and if we just open this out, let's just put this one aside, and it's like a secret drawer underneath here, and if we just open it up, we can see we have this kind of mini art book, and if we just open it up, we can see different scenes from the game, I believe. It looks pretty cool, and it tells you what's going to happen in the game, and you have nice pictures, and I don't know if you can see them, maybe I'll give you some other pictures of that later on. Looks pretty nice. And on this side you have, I believe, is the metal box, also nice. It says like this is like a kind of more like a aluminium or maybe like a thin hard box you do get with some other games when you buy them. But as I said, it's kind of pointless because the game doesn't come, you don't get like a hard copy, a CD, a disc game, sorry. It is a digital version, and somehow this doesn't want to open. Let's just open it up quickly with the knife, and looks pretty cool, and well, feels nice, beautiful pictures, and it opens up, and inside, as we open it, we see all the codes for the... Here we have the code for the soundtrack of the game, I believe, and here we have the code for the game, and here some more codes for the digital content, and yeah. So generally speaking, I mean, the box is pretty much pointless, but it's maybe if you have some discs just lying around, you don't have a cover for them, you can keep them inside here. Looks still nice though. And you can just put this back inside, or maybe extend it if you wanna, because the whole statue doesn't completely fit inside, you can extend it, and so the statue can rest on it, and you can put it here, and you have nice picture of the statue. So not sure if you can see the statue, it's maybe kind of hidden with if you have the box behind it. So maybe I'll just put this one aside. So for you, I don't know, just quickly give you 360 of this small statue, and it's actually not that small. In fact, I mean, it's much bigger than I expected, and it's got more weight to it than I thought. As I said, this whole thing is like pretty much one piece, and except for the tusks. And let's talk about the size. I mean, the height of this thing, I don't know what scale this is. I'm not even sure this has a scale. It's probably 1 to, I don't know, maybe 50 or something. I don't know. Probably even more, but it reminds me more of a kind of 6 scale statue, but it's probably much smaller than that. So maybe in height, this statue will be, it's about 30 centimeters in height, and in width, maybe in width it would be pretty much base to the end of, you have like 28 and a half, and from the front to the back it's 40, oh, it's actually 43 centimeters, 42. It's actually much deeper than I thought. So, and you have the, don't forget the small one. She's only like 6.5 centimeters tall, and well, in depth it's just also 6.5, and width maybe 4. But she's really tiny, but still, it looks, as I said, the details on the base are actually much better than I thought. Like from paint job wise, I can tell you, the details on the statue are really top notch. It's just maybe the material, but the details have been included really nicely, especially all this usage, the wearing and the aging and the weathering, have all the metal pieces, the colors have how they faded off. They look pretty nice, and all the sculpted details, like all the mechanics of this kind of mechanical mammoth or tremor tusk as it's called in the game, and how they included these kind of wires as looking like muscle fibers, and looks pretty cool. And I'm excited to see this character like in the game. And here you have these other parts, and I believe these things up here are like, they're like cannons. That's what they're supposed to be like in the game. And but as I said, like, I think they did a good job, especially with the snow. The way they painted the snow, it looks pretty awesome. It almost looks like real snow. I mean, it is plastic, as you can hear, but it's actually really nice paint job. And also the alloy, or alloy as I said, I'm not quite sure, just color alloy for now, and paint job details are pretty nice there too, and fairly cool. She's holding a crossbow or her bow and arrow, and one spear in the other arm. Looks really nice. And I'm still not quite sure where the eyes are on this character. It's pretty hard to tell. I'm not even sure if he has any at all. But still, as I said, this whole thing looks more like a transformer, an animal, but still it's pretty awesome. And I'm not really disappointed, since I knew from the beginning I didn't expect to get anything high end. So generally speaking, I think it's pretty cool. And if any of you, like PlayStation fans, are still, or don't have this game yet, or if you already have it and I'm willing to hear your opinion about it, and it looks about the game, let me know. And I'm not afraid of any spoilers or so, but I don't care about that, so you can tell me. And I'll soon be trying out the game, I guess. So, as I said, it's only around 200 euros, so I guess in dollars it will be about the same. So I think for you get the game, and you get these statues, or statue, whatever, and with this scene, and just put him back again. I think it's a fair price, and as I said, I'm not disappointed. It's pretty cool, and I think it's worth getting if you're interested in collectors or in collecting this kind of things. So for us collectors, this is, I think, definitely worth it. So I hope you enjoyed this unboxing, and God bless you, God bless your statues, and have a nice day.
Yana yana, what to be Oirutanya kutu wardantala, wina nauni intura, wina nauni intura. Eirutanya kutu bontuntala, wina nauni intura, wina nauni intura. Afana somana wardantala, silunga duni infura, silunga duni infura. Shaka